Hey everybody, it's Stockbroker94. I have a weird perspective right now because I'm using my new phone for camera. I have nothing to hold it with. And of course the lighting in my room, as you can see, really even. You know, nice half side of my face really bright and then the other side's really dark. Wonderful. Anyway, today I'm not here to talk about my camera. I'm here to talk about this box that I just got. Now, Newegg sent it and they said, go ahead. Review me. How did they know? May contain awesome. It's like they knew. Ladies and gentlemen, today in my hands I hold the most ultimate upgrade to the original graphics card in my build. That's right. I went a couple steps between. My original card was this GT 710, which if you've ever ran integrated graphics on like an i7, kind of what you're looking at pretty much for that graphics card. Basically, I ran it with my 12-core Xeon here because I didn't have integrated graphics. Xeons don't come with that. My next card, just to kind of fill you in on it, was a GT 730. Currently, that's running my girlfriend's rig. She's running a Ryzen 7 1700. And then I managed to upgrade to actually an old 8800 that's currently needing a little bit of work because it runs really hot. But I got it for like free, so yes. And then actually I went on eBay and befriended a couple of GTX 460s in SLI. And of course, how do you step it up from that? Well, a single card, that's for sure. And did I go cheap this time? Kind of, depending what your idea is for budget. Some people are willing to spend, that's like $5,000 on a really nice graphics card, which yes, I do cost that much. It's more than my car, literally. But not today. Love that packaging material. Ah, okay. Okay, promotional stuff. Should probably tell you what I got. Or maybe I can just show you. Behold, the RX 580. That's right, we took probably the biggest jump I've ever taken in performance. This is the Power Color Red Dragon version. I did manage to procure it for I think $220, which considering right now you have a lot of cryptocurrency miners snapping them up and hogging them like a bunch of greedy losers. I'm not partial to the ones that buy multiples at a time. You want to run maybe at most, you know, since they can handle at least 3-way crossfire. You want to run that many, fine. You want to run more than that, screw you, because you're kind of ruining the supply for people who actually care about the companies who make them, you know, brand loyalty. Anyway, I digress. We're going to go ahead and open this puppy up, and of course I'll probably put some benchmarks in the description, or at least my results, or I can probably just tell you now. Cinebench, a couple of these bad guys, one of them alone, maybe 60 frames per second. Both of them don't really scale that well, but I was able to at least say I play War Thunder for the most part. This is DX12 compatible, where my current cards are not, so I will also be playing some Forza Horizon, at least the demo, until I can actually buy the game. My current cards in here could play War Thunder at about, it's 1080p. They're fairly low settings, nothing really advanced. But they're able to play it at a nice, you know, constant 100+ frames per second, which means I could probably raise the settings, but by the time that happens, yeah, he's got this weird stuttering thing because they're not that good, and I've got an overclock on them, and one of them's a different clock rate. This doesn't line up very well. Meanwhile, I think it's hard to screw this up, and we'll show you a picture here. You're going to get some nice shot of my face. Pepper plants, fun stuff. Okay, now of course you can't really see much in here, but you can see something, and it's by Power Color, and it's a graphics card. When you've run nothing but used hardware for your entire life, and the only new card you had was your GT 710, you relish this. So we're going to go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and lower you here. So it's going to be a bit of an odd perspective for an unboxing, but unfortunately it's necessary because I have no life and nothing to hold my camera with. Hey, let's just mount that right on my monitor, which is nice actually, because I'm now running instead of my OnePlus One, I'm actually running a Galaxy S6 Edge, which is it's compatible with wireless charging. I have a monitor, actually, a Samsung monitor, with built-in wireless charging. Nice. Oh yeah. So we're gonna pull this out of here. You can just smell the gaming. Oh yes. Okay, so I will open this up, but I will not actually put it in the computer in this video because I will need to use my computer for a little bit. Just to make sure I download the appropriate drivers and stuff and install them. But I will open it up so I can at least view the beautiful graphics card within. Oh, I can feel the backplate. Ooh, I'm excited. Oh, it's an almost unhealthy amount of excited. Oh, and it's got a DVI board. That's nice. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is, I'm going to hold it in a way that's not completely unhealthy. This is the Power Color Red Dragon RX 580. Now, this is the only 4GB version, but considering my current cards, let's see here. This is sad. My GT 710, my first card, 2GB of DDR3. Scintillating. And my 730, 1GB of DDR3. My 8800, 512 megabytes of RAM. Both of my GTX 460s alone got had a gigabyte apiece of GDDR5, which was nice. This has a 4, which for me is a lot. And we're taking a look at it. The aesthetics are really nice. It's got a nice backplate, which, I don't know. Because of the way my computer's set up, I would like to get maybe a case that's got an inverse mounting. That way I can actually see the top of the cards. I don't know why they make the tops look so pretty, but the most you ever get is a nice glorified backplate, which, don't get me wrong, this one's got a pretty nice finish to it. If I can... Oh, heavens, don't do that to people. My goodness, I'm bad at cameras. As you can see here, it's got this nice finish to it. It's a very beautiful card. Well done. And it really didn't even cost too much. I was very happy with it. This should heat up the inside of my computer a little bit, but honestly, it shouldn't be too bad because, let's face it, my Xeon's running a cool, balmy 50 degrees at full bore. And my room's really nice and cool. You can see the blade designs here. Oh, no, you can't. My goodness. You can't see anything because I'm bad at this. Okay, wow, this is a fun review. You can see the blade designs. They're actually kind of this weird... I don't even know how to put it. There's actually a slot in the middle of them, if you notice. So it's not actually a full blade, which I don't know how it's going to affect performance, but they've sold a lot of these, so I'm assuming they know what they're doing. Probably one of the neatest designs I've ever owned personally, but that is not saying much, though it's not trying to insult anybody. I'm just saying it's not saying much. So here in a bit, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Oh, heavens. I am sorry you guys have to see this. I'll put this down on top of the wrap there since that's actually safe. But yeah, I'm really excited to get this computer ripped open, pull out the other cards like a still beating heart, and then put this guy in here, get some War Thunder started, and get some benchmarks. I'm excited. I've never had anything this powerful. One thing I do want to mention, it very well might bottleneck a little bit, because the Xeon I'm running, while 12 cores, it's not very high clocked. But as long as War Thunder can optimize 4 cores, 4 threads to the fullest extent possible, it should be okay. Just put as much graphical, need on the card itself. Unfortunately, my monitor is also 1080p, so I can't just play like 1440p and just put a huge load on the card itself and back it off of the CPU a little bit. I only play War Thunder. I know more about cards themselves than I do about War Thunder itself and the requirements. I do know the minimum requirement, or minimum recommended, is actually a 460. Not an RX 460. There's a difference between an RX 460 and a GTX 460. And it says minimum requirement recommended is a GTX 460. So we're going to see in a bit if this bottlenecks. If it doesn't, then and if it does, then I'll probably just actually have to borrow my girlfriend's Ryzen 7 build, because that really won't bottleneck anything. Well, but anyway, that was the introduction to the video. This is StalkerBooker94 saying subscribe, become a stalker today. We'll see you next. That didn't make any sense. What am I doing? I don't know how to work a camera.